Hey folks, these are time lapses I shot up on top of Table Rock, which is on the edge of the Linville Gorge. Over there to the right is kind of the deep gorge there. And I did these with the GoPro Hero3. I've got various versions here. This is the wide version. This is all rendered down to 1080p, but I actually shot these time lapses at 4,000 pixels wide by 3,000 pixels tall. And they're shooting back in different directions over the gorge, and so this is the widest angle view. I've actually got here's closer in. I just let it be at 100%. The same 3 time lapses at Shortoff Mountain in the far distance on the left. In the foreground, of course, is the foliage, and then just beyond me there is what's called the Chimneys area. The gorge falls off like 1,400 feet below down to the Linville River. Here again is just a different angle. I had 3 different Hero3 cameras and I set them all up to record at the same time. This is Hawksbill Mountain over on the right there, the rocky thing sticking up, and that's the Linville River. So that's shooting north there. Now what I've done, I slowed these things down so you could see a little bit better what's going on in them. So this one is at 20% speed. I rendered these things out 24 frames per second, so you'll see some doubled frames here. So there I am just moving about, and there's some cool things here and there. There's some airplanes that show up. There's a helicopter in a frame that comes over. I shot some good video of the helicopter flying through the gorge. So I just slowed these down just so you could see, maybe stop out a favorite frame or something that you liked. I shot these 1 frame every 10 seconds. And I've not cleaned these frames up or anything. I did just add a little bit more contrast because it was just a tad hazy that day. It was actually September 4th, 2013 that I shot these. So you'll see kind of how the clouds affect the the way that the camera shoots the frames. The GoPro does a great job. Like I say, 4,000 pixels wide, 3,000 tall. So I'm going to render this whole thing out as a 4K piece of video as well. This one is, like I say, rendered out to 1080p just to make it more compatible with the current YouTube parameters. So you might have seen a helicopter just then come through. I mean, there were 2 helicopters flying around in the gorge. I'm not sure what they were doing. That is me out there on that far edge out there, and that's where I shot one of the other time lapses. So this is the closer one. That's where you saw me out on the end of the gorge. I was shooting that there. So that helicopter, I think, probably will appear in here too. I don't know. Unless the 10-second thing missed it somehow. But this is an absolutely epic place to go. Table Rock is about 4,100 feet high. So I'm on the low end of Table Rock, the south end of it now, shooting down toward the Chimneys there in the foreground, and then Shortoff Mountain. There went the helicopter, I think. And so that Lake James is in the far distance back there behind Shortoff Mountain. You can see it just to the left on the horizon. Lake James, huge lake that the Linville River empties into. You're seeing little bugs and stuff fly, or birds and buzzards and things fly in front of the camera now and again. I could have gone back and tried to erase those things, and I still might go back and just make just a perfect epic export of this. Should be said, there's still a whole lot of frames that are not showing up in this. Since I shot it almost in 4:3 aspect, and this is 16:9. There's a whole lot of sky above this. There's a whole lot of other stuff below this. That's a family that came out, or not, I guess it was a family, and they were there just for a few minutes and then went off down one of the other trails. Hope you've enjoyed that, folks. I'll look for my 4K version if you're interested in seeing it.